Hey folks, Ari here with FitPro VR, and I'm standing inside Revolution Fitness Factory, the studio that I own in Philadelphia, PA. Now, one of the biggest requests that I get is for a warm-up. So if you look below on the timeline on YouTube, there's some timestamps. So if you've already done this, go ahead and skip ahead to the actual warm-up. I'm gonna lead you through it, but we're gonna keep it nice and simple and nice and light. The one thing you don't wanna do in a warm-up is do too much, and then you're already overworked for your actual workout. So follow along with me, and let's get this thing started.
What is this, the 80s? I'm just kidding. It's jumping jacks. Yeah, that's right. It's a timeless classic and pretty much great for any kind of warm-up, just to get the blood pumping, a little bit of movement going. If you have a jump rope, that could work as well. I like this one because it incorporates the shoulders and the hips, which is a big focus of today's warm-up. So take it easy on this one. Don't go too hard.
So as you can see, I'm not really just waving my arms around. I'm really trying to articulate that joint and feel the outside edge of every part of that joint. Your shoulder has a lot of moving parts to it, so this is one of the reasons we want to make sure we're really moving around.
So if you haven't noticed by now, the shoulder moves in almost 360 degrees. It's one of the few joints in your body that actually does that. So we're gonna focus a lot on the shoulder today. But we're gonna switch over to hip circles here because everything in your body is connected, and my two favorite joints, if you're gonna warm up major joints, are the shoulders and the hips. You can't neglect either of those because if you do, the whole thing falls apart. In fact, if you have knee pain when you're working out, most often than not, it's gonna be caused from either your hip or your ankle, not necessarily your knee. So go slow with these. Skier arms, yet again, we're moving in the sagittal plane here as opposed to the transverse or the frontal plane as we were before. And we're just trying to move things around here. I like these ones, these high fives, because they kind of push the limits of where your joint actually needs to move. So again, you could technically roll your shoulder all the way back here as we saw in the shoulder rotations, but we're not going to. And then again, same with the hip openers. You are kind of taking it slower than you would any other sort of exercise because you really want to feel the limits of your joint here. You don't want to push the limits of your joint, but you want to feel the outer rim of your like ball and socket joint here. And again, just a warm up, so we don't need to go crazy with this one. Now, this is probably the most important one of the entire bunch. It's a squat hold. Now, if you notice, I am moving back and forth. I am letting my ankle rotate a bit. I'm letting my hips warm up. And then in a moment, we're gonna come to a half squat hold, which is gonna kind of waken your muscles up a little bit. That's right. And then after a bit, we're gonna drop right back down. We're gonna roll out the hips, roll out the ankle. Your ankle moves in a lot of different ways too. And depending on what you're doing today, you may just use that ankle. Now, this is yet another important one, which is why I included it in, and it has a lot to do with your spine. You don't have to do the push-up here, but I threw it in there just because, you know, why not? If you can do them, do them. You're going to be waking up your spine with this one. You're going to be testing the limits of your thoracic spine, your lumbar spine, not so much your cervical, which is more your neck. And you're going to be rolling up slowly. I'm going a little fast here, but you feel free to take it slow here. Again, this is going to also incorporate some wrist extension and flexibility, so do not neglect the plank. Just hold the plank instead of a push-up if you don't want to do the push-up.
Hey, before you go, if you like what you're seeing here and you want to get more fitness tips from a true fitness professional, make sure you hit like and subscribe and comment down below. Did you try this warm-up? And if you did, let me know how it went. My name is Ari from FitPro VR, and don't forget to get your workout in today.